If you've enjoyed one of the many live service games that have you blasting through waves of enemies in the form of futuristic robot-looking people like Destiny 2 or Warframe, now you can do all of that with the exciting inclusion of dinosaurs for only an extra $60. It's time to check out Exoprimal. Dive into the role of your custom designed and most awkward of silent protagonists.
At the end there, what was that?
That somehow ends up looking exactly like every other custom protagonist as you make your way into the mysterious corporate entity of Ibius and head out on your first mission. Within minutes of your initial adventure of flying around an island contained in a bubble that you know nothing about, you'll be assaulted by a sky orb and crash land on the very island you were sent to look at. You'll soon meet a flying glowing squid that represents an AI entity that takes advantage of your conveniently immobile situation to send you in your only mech suit hurtling through time to 3 years ago. Here you'll venture through one of a handful of maps in an artificially crafted wargame simulation where you'll face off against the exciting obsession of your AI host, dinosaurs. Whether it's raptors, pterodons, ankylosauruses, stegosauruses, pachycephalosauruses, carnotauruses, suchomiases, or the formidable and deadliest ancient beast, the triceratops, you'll need to gun down the dozens of dinosaurs that come raining from the heavens out of those now familiar sky orbs. But you won't just be doing that with your bare ass and guns. You'll be able to hop into the gooey confines of one of 10 exosuits split across 3 classes. Whether you want to play a damage-pumping assault class with a grenade-lobbing barrage featuring hair made of actual fire, a damage-soaking tank with Krieger and his big-ass Gatling gun, or a healer with Witch Doctor wielding a force lightning-spewing staff and a healing whip, you'll be ready for any dino danger headed your way. But you won't be facing this challenge alone. Not only will you be paired up with 4 other exosuit-wearing prisoners dragged across dimensions through time for this delightful experiment, you'll also be facing off against 5 other unwilling participants in a head-to-head shit show. That's right, you can either choose a PvP match where you'll race through a series of hallways and rooms fighting these prehistoric beasts, which culminates in pointing all of those guns at your fellow captive, or you can pick PvE where you'll instead race through a series of hallways and rooms fighting these prehistoric beasts, but now you only need to do it faster than your silhouetted competition to win. Then of course the loser is ceremoniously eaten by dinosaurs, as is tradition. As you continue this Sisyphean online competition of sweeping through swarms of summoned shit and shooting big ass dinosaurs in their big asses, you'll slowly progress through a story. A story told through the magic of a giant wheel with Metal Gear Solid style talking pictures where the mysteries are unlocked simply by your continued play and rarely intrude on the monotony of dino combat. But when you do get lucky enough to explore a slightly distinct story-based mission, you'll rest assured knowing this will be one of several times you get to appreciate these unskippable cutscenes. Exoprimal. When all of your favorite childhood dinosaurs are trying to kill you, you won't feel too bad shooting back. My initial experience with Exoprimal wasn't good. I was somehow stuck only seeing one of 3 maps that took me on the same exact path with the same enemies for maybe the first 15 rounds I did. Eventually something triggered that unlocked a few more maps, perhaps maybe 6 or 7 in total, and a number of different paths through those relatively small areas that had more variety and more challenging fights. Some of the most exciting parts of the game though were the PvP matches where you face off directly against the other team. Teamwork seems to be a rare occurrence though, and when it can be a chore just to get the bare minimum number of people to push a cart faster toward the goal, it's even harder to rely on them to fight against players effectively. On top of that, the damage and health seem to be scaled exclusively for the dinosaur fighting, so player combat is often full of near instantaneous deaths. So for me, the most entertaining part of Exoprimal was sometimes also one of the most frustrating. But some of the boss fights present new and entertaining challenges, and even though the story portion isn't interactive in any way and ends up feeling a bit predictable and convoluted like most time travel stories, it has fun characters and some well-made cutscenes. One of the strangest things about Exoprimal though is despite the game and its entire premise revolving around repeating content, it doesn't currently have any sort of endgame. That part is apparently supposed to be introduced in a couple of days, which is a whole 2 weeks after the game launch. I don't really get why they didn't delay the game to have it at launch, but even when it does show up, I don't know what its purpose will be. The Savage Gauntlet mode, which is what it's called, looks like more of the same with ramped up difficulty, but there's no gear or loot in the game, so I don't know what the goal will be. The lack of customization in the gameplay of the exosuits is one of the things that holds Exoprimal back and makes me even more confused as to why they didn't spend more time adding to the launch of the game. There's even only one animation for when you lose a round, and it seems ridiculous considering all the crazy dinosaurs you fight. Why not have a Triceratops come and impale you or pterodons come carry you off into oblivion? This kind of stuff might come later, but I'm reviewing the game you have to pay for right now. So with Exoprimal delivering a decent story with gameplay as fun as it is repetitive, all for the ridiculous price of $60, not including a battle pass or cosmetic DLC, it's getting the abbreviated score of okay. If you'd like to see more hot takes, warm satire, and tepid commentary about video games, make sure to like this video and check out more abbreviated reviews.